Greetings and welcome back as always. And in this case, welcome back to Gettysburg. I don't know why I keep saying that, but hey ho. Gotta have some consistency, given no script. So, where we left off, the Second Corps was coming up the Tawny Town Road and was about to arrive. I was smacking into the 3rd and the 11th Corps. Well, 1st, 11th and 3rd were all sort of spread out, so... And it looked like the 12th Corps was taking Benner's Hill. So, without further ado, let's see what has happened. Has the Federal line broken? It looks like it has. It's almost it's nearly collapsed. Has it fully collapsed? Absolutely not. But it might have collapsed enough to make a difference. It's gonna be interesting, to say the least. He's gonna probably put a massive wall of guns along here to just blast me as I come over Seminary Ridge. He's already got guns there waiting for me, naturally. And then, of course, you got that massive horde of cannons sitting on Cemetery Hill, which is not a welcome sight. Obviously, you got more cannons down here coming up the road, more guns. We got 8,300 losses, near enough, to about 69283. Over 1,000 more casualties. Makes sense, given that I've been getting absolutely blasted in some cases. That's the 17th Connecticut of Ames. I am going to be interested to see what he does here. How does he respond to the fact that Hood has arrived and is swarming? He's moving those guns. Makes sense. They're vulnerable there to just getting swarmed by infantry. And he's spreading out more. Ow. Oof. I mean, right there, 40 casualties. Hello there, boys. Those look like Second Corps, because those look like the Irish. Yeah, those are the Irish. So that is Second Corps, who's arrived just in time to really save the Federal bacon here. Hmm. 11 men lost there.
That night we lay
Still, hopefully, we can really take advantage of this situation. So what is it now? 8, yeah, 8-4. So lost another 100 odd men during the process. He's falling back more and forming a new line to obviously prevent me from swarming over it. It looks like he's moving guns to the south, probably to set them up back here at the peach orchard and blast me as I come out of the orchard / woods on cement over here. And then those just continue up the road.
For they were strongly fortified with batteries on the rear side. Our general viewed the plains and cried, "We'll get hot work at Shiloh."
Ooh, hello there. And he just come, the rest of the Second Corps arriving via the Tawny Town Road. Is not the best sight for me, but I shall manage, hopefully. And the guns continue up. That must be... Given the amount of guns, I suppose it could be Second Corps artillery, but it also could be hello. Those are not welcome sights. A Federal Corps, what looks like a Federal Corps arriving. 5th Corps? Schweitzer. Schweitzer is 5th Corps. That's not a welcome sight. Yeah, 5th Corps. So the 5th Corps has arrived via Wolf Hill. Schweitzer, yeah. The 5th Corps' arrival will force me to change my plans slightly. Ooh. So it looks like he's going for an assault with the 5th and 12th Corps on his right, my left, which will force me to slightly alter my plans, I think. Oh, what I would give for another corps, or at least another division. Eesh. Alright. Ow. Alright. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting, given that he's throwing the 12th and the 5th Corps at me, and all I really have to stop him is Early's division. There they go. Somewhat a leader casualty, interestingly enough. Who was it, I wonder? Still,
There's a hungry, thirsty soldier.
22 units undisrupt, 8 units rallied, 1 unit recovered fatigue, 3 units resupplied, no one routed.
He's sighing now for whiskey.
So, overall, that's pretty good.
Sings hard crackers come again no more.
Yeah, so they lost a leader. I wonder who it was. Colonel Tilton. Wounded. I will take it. Let's get these cavalry riding the hell away from there. They are clearly no longer welcome.
'Tis a sigh that is wafted across the troubled way.
Provost Guard of all things.
'Tis a dirge that is murmured around the lowly grave.
All right. So that's Cross. Yeah, Cross is the 2nd Corps as well. Pour it into them. I really will be doing these boys first, mostly for the sake of who's that? Colonel Cross with the 148th Pennsylvania. Okay. Ow, that hurt. Alrighty. I will pull these boys back 1 hex to basically be a bit more oomph. I am going to shift Benning, however, this way. By shifting Benning this way, for 2 real reasons. I'm shifting him that way because there's no real space here at the moment. Rooster. Pour it into them. Alright, seems you're going to actually dismount and then go in there. To try and reorganise the 51st Georgia. Brewster and Graham. You are going to pour it into them as well. Let's bring up these boys. Hood's artillery, I'm going to basically set it up here and point blank range blast the Irish Brigade in the face. I may lose some guns doing it, but the Federals won't like it any more than me. It'll be a nice bit of payback for all the artillery blastings I've been getting. Barksdale is actually going to stay where he is. Kershaw, let's have a look, see. Unfortunately, I can't really advance. Not against that. There's a lot of them all nicely sort of tucked in there. So we'll just pour in extra gunfire and hope they break, essentially. Pour it into those sharpshooters. And then Barksdale's boys will stay where they are. As I want Barksdale to swap into being sort of McClaw's reserve. Which they will do a fine job at, I think. Yeah, there's Ward. Lose 3 men there. You know what? Advance. Oof. Alright, over here we will continue to just absolutely blast the living snot out of the Federal line where we can. Yeah, not even worth that shot. But any shot is a shot, so might as well take them. Besides, I've got the ammo to spare for now because, well, I didn't do a whole lot of artillery on day one. I didn't waste too much ammo on day one, partly because of the way the battle progressed. Alright, Mahone, you're actually going to pour that into them up there. that the poor 4th Maine just lost 40 guys in one go. That was painful. And well earned. They've held me up for too long. So it's time to just punish that poor Maine regiment by blasting the ever-living snot out of it. And in the meantime, Mahone will swap into being Anderson's reserve. The Florida Brigade will continue to push forward, doing, well, Florida Brigade things, because it's so damn small. But it is a useful brigade. Is it a brilliant brigade? Absolutely not. Is it a useful brigade? Sure. Lose 4 men there. Alright. I'm surprised they didn't disrupt after that blasting in the face that they got. I am really surprised at that. Lose 3 men. Lose another 3 men. Advance a bit more. Okay, you are part of von Gilsa. So you will actually blast them again for me. Because every little bit helps. You boys will blast them as well. Alright, Thomas's brigade. Who are these? These are Baxter and Stannard. And Baxter and Stannard belong to the 1st Corps. Alright, the Georgians under Thomas will advance. Alright, you will blast them. You can't really get much further than that, unfortunately, but as always with buts, you are in a position to at least assault them next turn. We'll pound those 14th, the Vermont Brigade. Pour it into the Vermont Brigade even more. This is more like it. Now we're starting to really get some casualties inflicted on this lot. Now nope, that's not what I wanted. Anderson, everyone is in effective command of you. Wilcox, you can move up. You belong to Posey, so you're going to actually move up as well anyway. And you belong to Mahone, so you can move up as well. And you belong to Perry, so you'll move up. And you are both belonging to Scale, so move up and then change into line and just reorder. Alright. Now, do I continue with the Stonewall Brigade and Jones? Honestly, I'm not convinced I should. I'll keep the attack going with Hood, McLaws, Anderson and Pender because of the way their position is. But I'm not convinced I should continue the advance with the others, so Longstreet is rallying him. This is Heath, isn't it? Yeah. With the arrival of the 5th Corps over here, as we saw, that does present me a few problems, as I am now going to have to start preparing fast. So in this case, we are going to be preparing breastworks. It's my turn to be using all the breastworks. Smith has moved and is getting out of the range of that lot, so do I just retire onto Seminary? I'd rather not, to be honest. This terrain is awful for defence. It's what really did in the 11th Corps historically. But in this case, I may not have a choice. I could withdraw to Seminary Ridge, but if I do, Johnson, the whole of Ewell's Corps will have to fall back onto Seminary and Oak Ridge, rather. And McPherson's will really have to fall back to McPherson's Ridge. Which is... so yeah, I'd really have to swing the whole of Ewell to take up position along here, which does present the problem of losing the objective, which would turn this to it would remain a draw. Even if I lose the objective, it will still be a draw. Which begs the question, is it even worth holding? It keeps me closer to gaining a victory, but... that's whatever, really. You are going to fall back behind there, as are you. You will now be safe from the Federal artillery, at least somewhat. As... Is that... No, it's not. Bah. They shouldn't be able to shoot me, nor should they, but those would all blast me in the face. I'll lose about easily over several hundred men to that, so I don't think it's worth it. We'll just literally pull back behind the ridge. It is just not worth the losses. As for down here, that is the bigger question. I don't want to be forced to try and dig him out of the town again. That was a slog and a half to try and get him out of that. Just bodies everywhere. They're all routed. You can... you might as well. 2 losses for... not worth it. Yeah, I figured as much. You're out of range, so the only thing that can range that is... Okay, these guns are all out of range now, so they can move forward. Still, if I can get my guns on Seminary... What to do with roads, though? I did want roads in reserve.
Hurrah for the choice of the nation, our chieftain so brave and so true. We'll go for the great reformation. For Lincoln
Do I continue withdrawing
we'll go for
early?
the son of Kentucky, the hero of Hoosierdom through. The pride of the suckers so lucky, for Lincoln and liberty too.
14 range. That's just extreme range.
Find what by felon and mauling our railmaker statesmen can do. For the people are everywhere calling for Lincoln and liberty true. Then up with the
Yeah, I am actually. I've made my decision.
Star-Spangled Red, White, and Blue.
Early is going to continue withdrawing,
Glorious for Lincoln and liberty.
and is going to take up position on McPherson's and Seminary. Because if we look at the heights, it is just the highest sitting up here while my infantry's down here will force the Federals to come across those plains.
Our David's good sling is unerring, the slavocrat's giant he slew.
Whoops, that's not what I wanted.
Shout for the freedom preferring, for Lincoln and liberty.
There we go. So, in this case,
For the son of Kentucky, the
Gordon's brigade is to go set up
lucky, for Lincoln
there immediately. might as well just... In the meantime, we'll try and play delay on the Federals.
We'll go for the son of Kentucky, the hero of Hoosierdom crew, the pride of the suckers so lucky, for Lincoln and liberty too.
Shoot you.
The pride of the suckers so lucky, for Lincoln and liberty too. Huzzah!
Still, Heath is to stay where he is for now.
The despot seal is on thy shore.
As for Rhodes,
Maryland, his torches at thy temple door. Maryland, my Maryland, avenge the patriotic gore that fled the streets of Baltimore, and be the battle queen of yore. Maryland, my Maryland.
actually, why did I do that? You're supposed to be up there for a reason. In this case, you are just going to blast. You 6 guns are going to blast that regiment. Not a lot done, but every little bit helps. And then you 4 guns will likewise blast this lot. And then you 4 guns will do naturally the same. These 4 guns will play with some counter battery to try and silence the Federal guns up there. Unfortunately, these 8 guns just can't see anything at the moment. Get the wagon out of the way. They're just too damn valuable to be losing.
I hear the distant
But now, however, Ramseur and Hope will hold on to Gettysburg itself just because they need to hold on to it. Unfortunately, that assault here sort of has been forced to stop. But still, I'm actually fairly happy with the overall situation. The Federal line continues to buckle. Lane remains in reserve for Pender. You go there. We'll shift Barksdale's 2 regiments here for now, just to look after, make sure nothing happens to Kershaw. And those 2 regiments will actually turn to be ready for next turn. I think that is that. Oh no, not quite. Let's continue to bring up Alexander's artillery. And I am gonna shift Heath off the road for 2 big reasons. One is to try and keep him hidden. As I basically shift him to the southern end of Hill's line, which will allow Longstreet to shift McLaws. As I just keep... Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted. As we just continue to try and weasel our way round the Federal line. Because in the end, that's what we're having to do. We got to just weasel our way round them. Because if we don't, well, it's going to be frontal assault city. And in my previous game against this opponent, it didn't go so well when I had to frontally assault him because he was so well prepared and dug in. It made this position here look like it was in the open. So for now, I think that is that. Didn't see that they could take a shot, so they'll take the shot. So again, my cavalry got fairly smashed and mauled, but nothing compared to the Federal cavalry. So let us push onwards. First and foremost, we have 2 assaults, I believe, that I want to do. That's not one of them. That's not... That one might be... Yes, that is actually one of... Ooh. No, it's not. No prediction. No. That's just not worth it. This, however, very much worth it. As we just overrun the 124th and drive them back. These 2 regiments from Wilcox, the 9th Alabama, the 8th Alabama, will assault their... Ow! That was unfortunate. There's Colonel Leopold von Gilser. So who paid the price? It was them, that the 8th Alabama, that really paid that price. Still, I will take it. It's not a brilliant sort of situation. It's not like I can melee them again. But hopefully their line continues to just buckle under the pressure. Their line just has to break they can't be strong everywhere, they have to break somewhere. And with 2 Federal Corps up here on Benner's Hill, they're certainly not taking part, so 9,000 near enough to 7,500. We'll say 9,000 to 7,500. That's not too shabby, all things considered. I'm fighting the Army of the Potomac at its most... I wouldn't say it's best, but probably one of its best. So for now, that will be that. So, I hope you have enjoyed as always. If you have, please consider hitting that thumbs up, subscribing, or leaving a comment. But until next time, I will see you all very soon. So until then, bye bye for now.